All right, guys, we are back for the final game of the night. Phoenix up 1-0. Blitzkrieg holding on for dear life. Infinite, what are we doing? Who are we banning? What are we looking at?
Well, obviously, you still have to ban the Akali. Um, that's no question. You should, as I said earlier, you should ban the Warwick. I know Lucian has been a pretty constant ban as well for against Brandana. That's probably the three I would go with. I know that leaves stuff open, but that's always going to be the case. Like, there's never a scenario where you can ban away all the threats. Um, but as I pointed out last set, if someone performs really well, sometimes even if you're not super worried about it game one, you should ban it game two just because you force them to change up a play style. Um, and then as far as Blitzkrieg goes, honestly, this is your game. This is the last hurrah, your last chance. Whatever crazy strategy that you may have been toying with, pull it out. Try something, do something crazy, because everything else at this point has not worked. So what do you have to lose?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I'm not sure exactly what other crazy stats they could be holding on to, right? Um, I mean, we've already seen Ace is doing his best on Xerath right now. I think everyone can agree with that. And and they ban that out. So I'm not sure what. I mean, maybe Ace pulls out a Zir. He had a Zir as an off pick a split or two ago. Ace on a Zir could be very funny, and May as well. Um, I'm not sure. I'm sure they're having the same conversations as well right now. But like you said, I think we've narrowed down who the bans need to be. It needs to be Akali, um, Warwick, and Lucian. Um, I mean, yeah, Ace also has played Syndra in the past, but Syndra can have similar problems that Vigar has as well.
I think at this point, what I would suggest is, and I hate that I'm saying this, but Ace is a very good, like he's just very good in general at the game. J Dog, he has performed very well. Certain champs like the Mordekaiser, like the Renekton, and I've noticed that if he plays a champion that can be really aggressive, he tends to do better. So give him something. Don't give him a Shin. Don't give him any of these safe picks. If you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose. At this point, who cares? Give him something crazy aggressive. Give Ace something also very aggressive. Shugo something very aggressive. Then just play aggressive. They're playing so reserved, and they've been trying that for a while, and I just don't think it's working for them.
Yeah. All right. So crazy team. Mordekaiser, Nunu, Azir or Fizz. Um,
I don't think picks are. I don't think pick ban is live on the stream. By the way,
oh, really? Oops. Thought I clicked it. I guess not. There you guys go.
here we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. OBS likes to lock up on me every once in a blue moon, and it's always during pick ban.
And surprise, surprise, no one listens to caster advice. They ban out the Maokai, leaves Warwick open, and naturally Alonsi has been dominating. So first pick Warwick.
I mean, here let's make the argument for the Maokai. Bot lane suffered quite a bit in game one. If they want to bet it all on their bot lane, honestly, if they're betting it all on their bot lane, they shouldn't pick Nocturne. But they did.
But I also feel like bot lane suffered a lot because one, CB Hickey made some mistakes that it doesn't matter who you play. If you make those kind of mistakes, you're gonna die to anyone. And two, Warwick had a lot of presence down there. So like I don't think it was really the Maokai was so overwhelming. I think just CB Hickey made mistakes and they had, a lot of good pressure down there.
I mean, Maokai's CC can't really be ignored, though, right? I mean, his ability to dash and just grab somebody can be painful. But I don't disagree. I think the Warwick should have been a consideration. I mean, hell, maybe just give Greatbeard of Odin to Kali. Maybe they'll turn out to be like the Relexis' Gangplank.
Very underwhelming. Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so they don't let that through. And Great Pagoda grabs the Vigar. Alright.
Says,
So,
you know what, Ace, I'll show you how you're supposed to play Vigar.
alright. So yeah, you grab an ADC here, let them ban out Ace, and then have Ace go crazy with Azir. Do it. Or Syndra. Azir or Syndra. But I think if they're going to ban 2 characters from Ace's pool, it's going to be, maybe not even Anivia, because people have pointed out Anivia hasn't been doing that great, but it's going to be Syndra, and then maybe a top laner. Because those are the 2 picks we've got left. So, ban out Shen, really? I don't agree with that at all. Obviously, J-Dog did well against Brandana, but I don't think he did that well against Brandana. Maybe they're planning on doing the Vayne again?
Maybe. Brandana did very well with the Vayne, so... And if you pick Vayne, it does kind of force J-Dog to not play Mordekaiser, because I don't think Mordekaiser does very well into Vayne at all.
Well, he does get those free shields.
Yeah, but if a good Vayne is just able to kite, and Mordekaiser's so easy.
Sure, but I mean, I'd say if you're picking Mordekaiser, you play defensively, right?
Yeah,
obviously the
true.
Renekton ban. Alright, so set, Mordekaiser. Interesting to see 3 top lane bans. On a team with Ace, you wouldn't really expect that. But I guess Greatbeard of Odin just feels like he has Ace's number. Anivia, I don't know about that. Like you said, I mean, their backs are to the wall. Do something crazy. I do like the Nautilus, though.
Yeah, I feel like Blitzkrieg is actually going with all of their comfort picks. I think the Nocturne is for Sigtal Lord, which is one of his, original jungles that he performed well with. Everyone knows Ace on his Anivia, CB Hickey on the Nautilus. So like, it really feels like they're all like, you know what? Let's just pick some of our comfort picks and see if we can make it work.
This is the support Vigar, then? That's what I'd expect. It's gonna be J-Dog on Volibear. That'd be interesting. Alright.
I do like having Shugo on Jhin, though. I think out of all the ADCs he's played, I like his Jhin performance probably the most.
Yep. We saw Vigar support talks earlier. We have I mean, on paper I don't hate Blitzkrieg's team. I just feel like they need more bot lane help than waiting till level 6 Nocturne will give them.
I don't think they'll need it as much in this matchup. It kind of falls a lot on how well Huge can zone with the Vigar, but Jhin Nautilus is a very, very strong pick into the bot lane, so at least I like it more than the Taric bot lane pick that we had last time. So
sure, I quite enjoy Nautilus. I think that he's got a lot of useful abilities. The fact that he can just lock down one character guaranteed for a few moments is very good. I like his hook, obviously. If he can land it, can be very useful, especially against an early game Vigar. Jhin has that good burst damage potential. With how active Warwick is, LNZ's Warwick is so active in lane, and Nocturne, traditionally, you just see build a house in the jungle for 6 levels. Does not inspire me with much confidence. Happy to see Wukong, not the most common pick. So, it'll be fun to watch him work. I'd say not a lot of durability, but we've seen how tanky LNZ's Warwick gets.
Yeah,
So,
definitely so.
not a problem for them.
But unlike last game, that is kind of the only option that they have for like true tanky-ish engage.
Hmm.
Wukong has good engage, but he's not tanky by any means. So I think that if Blitzkrieg can play smart and wait for Phoenix to overextend for those team fights, then they can win. You know, the Anivia ult having a ton of lane pressure, um, a Nocturne being able to completely black out everyone's vision. Makes it to where they can very quickly turn a team fight where Alonzi does jump in and then rush ahead to the Ezreal, to the Vel'Koz, to the Vigar, take them out of the fight before they can really contribute too much.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see, once Nocturne hits 6, I want to see him on Vel'Koz's face the whole game. I think that's kind of what they
Yep,
have to do. Um,
agreed.
because if Nocturne, if no one is able to get to that Vel'Koz, he is going to artillery down everyone. And you obviously Ezreal is also that problem, but you can't really jump on Ezreal. So get on Vel'Koz. He's not moving anywhere. Um, and sure, he does have slows and knockups, but you've got fears. And lock down that giant eyeball and hope that Jin can stand behind his big boys to take care of Warwick and Ezreal. And, we'll see what happens. If Blitzkrieg wins this, then both teams will still be in the running. I mean, technically, even if Blitzkrieg loses this, they might still have a chance. But it'll be very... Actually, I don't think they will then. We can check the score screen when this game is over. So, Blitzkrieg fighting for their life. Phoenix fighting for staying in the race. Going into the skins, maybe we'll get more than 4 seconds on this screen.
Right?
Got a fire theme here. I like this Jin skin. Finally somebody with a good Jin skin.
I actually kind of like every skin that's out except for the SSG Ezreal.
Yeah, I didn't mind most of them. I mean, I like the Warwick and the Wukong having some synergy.
Yeah, that definitely looks good.
But I think I'll give it to Blitzkrieg just because A, that Jin skin, and B, they need all the help they can get right now.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
All right. So, nothing fancy.
The thing that I fear happening, kind of that you touched on though, is the fact that I think that Alonzi is going to have a very strong dominance as the jungler, and Sigtalord's going to have to just kind of camp up and farm his own jungle. But there's a good chance that Alonzi's just going to counter jungle and make that absolutely just a nightmare for Sigtalord to be able to do. And if that happens, then I think that that's going to snowball the rest of this game.
Yeah, I would
'Cause
have. Sorry, go finish your thought.
I was going to say you really do need Nocturne to get to 6 and preferably very quick. So even having 1 or 2 camps stolen from him, if he's not able to find that experience elsewhere, it can cripple him.
I'm very surprised that we don't see the Nunu again. I mean, like we were all saying, comfort picks, whatever. But I mean, I just don't think that Nocturne provides the presence you need. But I guess when you're going, okay, nothing else has worked, let's just go back to the first version of the wheel.
Yeah, they might have also just been like, well, what happened last game? Well, we had no damage except for Vigar. So they might be saying, let's pick some more damage-oriented champs.
Prowler not happy about the E start. Yeah, so if BK loses, they're out of the playoffs. If they win this, they have to 2-0 9 lives next week.
No pressure. God.
We'll see.
Yeah, that.
Stranger things have happened. Let's focus one game at a time, right?
Yeah, let's not stress about that too much.
Right, exactly. I mean, you know, it's like a StarCraft tournament. You may have the best player in the world up against you in your next game, but focus on this one first.
Not really too much of a surprise. Great Bear of Odin is applying a lot of poke pressure to Ace early on. We have a gank top.
Flash blown for it. J-Dog used flash already. LNZ might go down to... Ooh. I feel like the turret should have gotten one more shot off there.
Yeah, he barely got out of range for that second shot.
Alright, so not great for J-Dog first here, but like we said... Looks like there was actually a call to just turn back around onto J-Dog there if LNZ hadn't gone back. Might have a gank here. Early for Sig Lord. Here we go. Just going to be a quick flash, I imagine, from Odin. No, he's just going to... May...
Ooh. Good flash from Ace to finish that off, and that was... Honestly, Greatbeard just not having any respect for the damage output. He decides to try and hold on to flash for the last second, and by the time he used it, Ace is like, alright, fine, I'll trade you, since I can get the kill.
Yeah, the CC as well, comboing together the fear plus the stun. Yeah, should have had more respect for that. Also, good job by, I believe, Sig drew turret aggro there for the first shot, so that Ace could get that kill. So that was good as well. And I mean, shout out to Sig for actually ganking early with Nocturne.
Yep. You don't really see that a whole lot, so I agree. That is the early aggression they need.
Just banning a bot, don't mind me. Alright, we got a gank coming in here. LNZ, they do manage to get the hook off and try to stop him, but Sugo just goes down. They had a ward there too, so it's unfortunate they missed that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe they thought they could fight that. Like,
I think it's just a classic case of not checking your minimap.
another thing I've noticed about Alonzi when he plays Warwick is you can almost guarantee he's going to start a 5-minute dragon.
Well, I mean, those bot lane ganks that enable them are quite severe.
Yeah, he does seem to always be able to gank bot right as that time is, coming up. So if you're a team watching this and you're gonna have to play against them, maybe don't be pushed up so far at the 5-minute mark, because there's probably a Warwick there, since obviously no one's gonna ban Warwick.
I mean, if we can stop writing a story about Blitz for a minute here, it really is a shame that a team like Phoenix, with such a strong jungler like Alonzi, hasn't been doing better this split. You know, I mean, I guess there's only so much a Warwick can carry, but also Warwick was getting banned against them until recently. Oh, Great Bear Voting getting caught up again. Is going to get a fear again, but does do a good knockup. Oh, the fear sends him the wrong way. Might get Alonzi here as well. Fear giveth and fear taketh away, though, as Alonzi's fear gives him the opening scoot. So yeah, shout out to Sig again. He's almost to 6. 2 assists.
Not only almost to 6, but has had 2 very successful kill ganks before even getting to that point. Great Beard has got to be terrified, because it's only going to get worse once Nocturne gets to 6. You can't push up at all anymore.
Yeah, I mean, especially because Ace is then going to be able to put ice walls when he's running. Uh-oh. Screen fluttering on me here. Hopefully it didn't screw up for you guys there. But it looks like we're still streaming, maybe.
Yeah, it looked like it just kind of started for a second, but it looks good now.
Yeah, Discord is a black box for me, but if you can hear me, that's all that matters. Yeah, I'm starting to think I need a new graphics card here, folks. Alright, so Alonzi is getting to 6, also does just hit it. Sig is also 6, so we're gonna have some, is it gangster unfamiliarity with mage positioning? Well, I don't know if you can blame mage positioning for this.
Yeah, because it's not like he's been super far pushed up. He's been about like where he's currently at right now both times.
Yeah, Sig, I don't think you need to be hanging out right there. I think you should go somewhere else and come back. You've got the ult.
I wouldn't mind seeing Sigtal Lord actually maybe tell bot lane, CD Hickey and Shugo to let Huge and Modric push, and then maybe use ult down there. They're not 6 yet either, so if they could do that before they level up, which is probably about to happen, but...
Alonzi just boldly marching through that mid lane, reminding everyone of his existence. No wards top lane, so J-Dog's going to have to be a little bit careful here. But obviously, you know where Alonzi is. Not doing as many invades yet either. Maybe he's scared of Sig on the Nocturne? I don't know if that's it, but it could be. Huge does land the stun.
Even though Brandana did get that early kill, J-Dog actually has more CS than him currently.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen Alonzi up top much. I mean, we haven't really seen Alonzi anywhere much. He was in the bot, he was in the top once each, got Dragon, and then it's basically been off the map. J-Dog might be in a little bit of trouble here, does land a stun on the clone. Yeah, don't turn around, J-Dog, just get out of here. Good slow. Oh, Sig is going back, not able to help. Probably wouldn't be able to help anyway.
3 ultimates used to lock down the kill on J-Dog there.
Alright, so we have a slight gold lead in favor of Phoenix right now. They are going to grab the Herald, which will help them a little bit more. I wonder if where they'll want to send this Herald. Top lane seems like the place they've been getting the most ground. We'll see.
Looks like the call from Blitzkrieg is to immediately go towards Dragon, but I think Phoenix has the same idea. Probably going to drop Rift mid and then make their way to Dragon.
And J-Dog just teleported top. So he is not going to be any help. He's getting zoned here very hard. If your is going to... Yep. All those quick little cooldowns, but Ace does get one good auto off. I don't think... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Sig's going to try anything there. Good jump in here by the Wukong. I'm kind of getting a momentum shift a little bit here.
Yeah, one issue is, in my opinion, is Sigtal Lord's had ult now for a few minutes at this point, and he hasn't used it at all. So that, you know, normally when Nocturne hits 6, you want to go ahead and use that pretty much immediately on someone, get a pick somewhere, and start the snowball. But he hasn't done that.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I was going to, without ever really being anything close to a Nocturne main, my suggestion. Oh, close by J-Dog there. Like, ult now. Get the Wukong. It's right there. No? Alright. I mean, obviously, there is a range limit. See that range? No, but, you know, move a little bit.
Yeah, he would have been close enough, but, like, he still is just power farming his own jungle right now. He's not really in a position to use it anywhere.
Right, possibility of snagging Alonzi here. Hickey does get a good pull. Here comes the curtain call. Here comes the Russian. There's a big ultimate. There goes the last shot there. Hickey might actually get out as well. Good flash, good stun. Will they get him? All right. But Brandana gets the kill up in the top lane. J-Dog sticking around a little too long. So Sugo gets a kill under his belt. That's good. But how will Phoenix respond? A lot of plate damage up here. They've gotten a lot of plates overall. Let's see here. 3 to 3 in the top lane. 2 to 4 in mid. 5 to... Yeah, so more plates going over to Phoenix. And once again, we see similar itemization coming out of Greatbeard of Odin, going straight into that Ludens. Sig's ult is on cooldown. The cooldown on that is 2 minutes. But, you know, like you said, we've seen those ults, we've not seen those ults for 5 or so minutes. Ooh, Ace doing a backdoor teleport here. Here we go. Good ice wall. Brandana is actually freaking them out a little bit there. That was a very good, some of those classic Wukong mind games.
That is one of the things that makes Wukong so much fun to watch, is whenever a player can do something like that, and you just kind of are stuck standing there like, wait, which one? What do we do?
Sig here again. Good flash out of that fear. So Greatbeard of Odin has some idea of what to do now. Gotta avoid those tendrils.
See, but now if Sigtal Lord is smart, he will stay near the mid lane, knowing that Vel'Koz no longer has flash. His ult is about to come off of cooldown. It's almost a guaranteed kill onto Greatbeard if he pushes up even in the slightest. And exactly what I said. Good job. Very well played.
Ace gets away with 30 hit points.
Did he have passive up?
Yes, he does.
Okay, yeah, so he would have been fine regardless, but...
That was always something that I thought when Wukong first came out. Like, I was looking at him, and I saw, you know, his little misdirection thing. And I always thought, you know, well, what's the point of that when they know if you're standing still, it's not you? But then those good Wukong players started holding that stop button. And seeing the cute little dance that we saw up in that top lane. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, first turret going over to Brandana. Very well done. Still about that, only that 0.4 gold lead here. I think, oh, bot lane turret might go down here as well. Reasonable Ezreal ult. See here, Huge is at only 26 stacks, enjoys the support. Oh, Ace gets taken down under turret, tons of ults on his face. Can Sig get anyone? No, he cannot.
Yeah, Phoenix was smart. They got their kill and they quickly backed out. Good call. It's very unfortunate timing though, because this is right before another dragon comes up.
Yeah, Sig is sticking around way too much here. He might actually get taken out. Yeah, should not have stuck around at half health knowing there were 4 members of Phoenix right there. But good heads-up plays by Phoenix. They managed to... I think one of the things that we've seen that are their strengths, they play around Dragon very well.
Very much so. Not only do they play around Dragon very well, but they tend to always, as I pointed out probably, I don't know, 6 minutes ago, they tend to gank a lane right before it comes up every time. They don't mind diving, wasting 3 ults. They'll do whatever they can to take someone out of a fight. Best case scenario, you have to try and fight for drag 4v5.
Alright, 3 turrets to 1. J-Dog might be in a little bit of trouble, but does manage to run out of there. And now they're going for another objective, perhaps. Got a little spooked by Ace throwing down the revealing field. I'm not sure what the actual term for that is. And now we have Sugo and Hickey kind of trying to free farm a little bit. Interesting use of Ice Wall there. Let's check out the gold. 1,200 gold lead for Ace in the mid lane. Top lane 1500 for the Wukong. Bot lanes are basically even. Though the Vigar does have a little bit extra. Jungle's 700 gold for Alonzi. Sig kind of hanging out. Does get stunned because he's spotted by that ward. Hate to see it.
Okay, so they're definitely not in a point where they're out of this game, but if they keep getting picked off like that, it's gonna very quickly turn to game 1, where they just won't be able to come back.
Oh, like the curtain call. First shot hits Alonzi, second shot hits Drapery of Odin. Hickey going in with almost no health. They should get Drapery of Odin here. Modric is going to go down as well. Can they? Oh my god, J-Dog taking out huge chunks of Alonzi's health. Alonzi ults to get away. Brandana and Vigar are all that's left. So 1 for 2. Herald is still up. Oh, the fight's still going. Ace in a little bit of trouble. Good snare there by Sugo. Sugo almost deleted, but not quite. Unfortunately, the stun is there. Warwick does the turnaround. Great heads-up play there by Alonzi, but now he's on the run. Nocturne's ult is available. Where's that ult? Oh my god, Sig, what are you doing? There it is. Alright. Would have liked to see that 40 seconds ago.
So
All right.
Blitzkrieg at this point should probably try and take Rift, right?
I don't know if they have the ability to, honestly. I mean, who's here?
Warwick's dead though, so like no one can outsmite them at least.
Sure, no one can outsmite them, but I mean, Great Beard of Odin has ult available, and that can be really painful in those close quarters like this. I don't know. I mean, I don't disagree that they need some kind of heads-up plays, and some confidence-building plays, but at the same time, they kind of limped out of that fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. We do have Baron coming up, so we have Wukong is going to be a problem, and Sig has changed his Nocturne build, Warrior instead of Bloodrazor. Yeah, I mean, I think that the game would feel a little bit better if we'd been seeing a little bit more from Sig post 6. But obviously, you know, you don't want to... Sig has been criticized in the past for going in as Nocturne with no help. So he may not want a repeat of that.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you don't ever use your ult, why play Nocturne?
Right.
Like,
Absolutely, I agree. You know, could play any other assassin champ.
Going in and you being like, oh well, there wasn't enough follow up or something like that, but at least you're doing what the champ is designed to do, then not do anything.
We have comments in the chat saying that J-Dog looking way more solid in this game, and I don't disagree, or just this series. Oh, once again, Sig gets caught just as Dragon's coming up. J-Dog might also get caught down here. I think backing up here would be wise. I said I think backing up here would be wise.
Yep.
Nice little jump there.
Using a ton of his kit to try and stay alive.
Hickey's here, a teleport's coming as well. He misses the hook, very painful there. Ace does a little bit of a roundabout. Big knockup, good stun. Will they get Odin? They do. Unfortunately, the wall cuts off any attempt on the other side of it. Ace does a cute little jump over there. I don't know if I agree with this, but we'll see what happens. Lots of skill shots on him miss. The ice wall does go down. Modric is going right in on him. Sugo Tensei versus Modric. Brandana comes up on the other side with a good spin. Ace is taken out by that AoE. Sugo goes down as well. This is probably going to be where it becomes Phoenix's game for the rest of the match. I don't know if I agree with this either.
Oh my god! Beautiful steal though.
All right.
It was obvious he would die if he did that, but it keeps them from getting soul just a little bit longer. beautiful play there. I love that. That was great.
Oh yeah, I mean it was cool to see. I think I would have preferred them not getting wiped out.
Yeah. But trading a jungle so that you don't give up soul point at the 22-minute mark.
Sure.
If you're already behind, you're already losing, and they're about to get it. Yeah, good call. I'm glad he pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean I don't disagree on any particular point. I just I think I would have given up soul point for them not to get wiped out there. That's all. Because now the gold lead is getting somewhat oppressive. We're at 4K gold differential.
Yep. But one good team fight and a Baron
Mm-hmm.
closes that up. So if they can pull it together, they still are in this.
I think they should notice. I mean, I'd like some more wards from them because obviously someone's gonna face check Huge and Modric here and just die. I think what I would like to see from them is I would like them to make the same realization that we are about how much Phoenix moves based on objective timers.
Yeah.
So I'd like them to, around the 4-minute mark, I would like them to try to find a pick somewhere, probably on Brandana, and just shut him down, and then have a 4v5 on whatever objective, next dragon, obviously.
Yeah. The thing that confuses me on that is, I know that they have players on their team that are capable of paying attention to things like timers. Ace and Sigtal Lord are both very, typically very map aware on things like that. They just haven't done it, and I don't know why.
I like this escape from J-Dog here. He knows he got a turret, get away with it. Brandana should fall back here for sure, and he does. I don't understand why Sig is doing this. Like, it's as though he thinks that Nocturne is like Hecarim, where the further his ult travels, the better he does. I feel like he should move to engage, and then ult when the guy is retreating, if it comes down to it. As opposed to being like, okay guys, I'll sit here in this brush for 5 minutes, you guys go ahead. But, maybe I'm reading too much into it. J-Dog once again ignoring common sense. About to get totally run over here. Does do big damage right away to Great Beard of Odin though. I like that quite a lot. Lots of flashes going on here. 2 ults used to take him out at least. And it looks as though there's been a Blitzkrieg call to just go straight for Baron now. I don't agree with this at all because there's wards.
There's wards, and the whole team is coming up to try and deal with that. So,
all right,
they might
hiding in a brush. Huge runs right into it though. This is going to take out a big disable from Phoenix here. All right, 34 seconds of no team stun. What can they get done with this?
Nocturne still has ult. We're still waiting to see that used somewhere.
I don't know if aggressively diving in here would be the right choice, though. Ace is just face-tagging everything. They go just straight in on the Vel'Koz, who flashes immediately. Great call there. Hook misses, but actually still sort of lands. Ezreal is getting rooted down. Elonzu's coming in. Here comes the teleport. Will the Volibear be able to help? I don't think he will. Modric takes out CB Hickey. Big ult from Brandana knocks everyone up as well. That is everyone dead except for J-Dog.
Yeah, that was kind of... It started off good. They got that Vigar pick, and then they kind of just fell apart. Nautilus went in, was able to use ult on the Ezreal, but no one was able to continue up and do damage to Ezreal.
Well, most of them were dead already by that point.
Yeah.
I think I would have actually just liked them to have taken their Vigar and gone home. Take the little victories. I mean, like I said, obviously, they got that feeling of, oh man, we got the Vigar. But, what is Vigar? He's a 47 kill Vigar. All he's got is 97 stacks, by the grace of God, and a team stun. And the team stun is important. They actually might get this dragon. A lot of damage here. They do get the dragon. Alright, now run. Fighting retreat. Big, what is the cooldown on that ultimate? Oh my god. Hickey deleted, J-Dog deleted. I do like the attempted ult here, but Sugo should get out of there as well. Okay, so what is the cooldown on that damn Spinneret ult? 56 seconds? Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, that looks like it's probably going to be the nail that finishes off this game.
Oh. Sig jumping on Ezreal. I like this little cute flash there by Ezreal. Sugo Tensei actually runs away because he sees the whole rest of the team is there. Good try by Sig. Brandana is pushing up in the top. They're pushing in the mid. This is definitely going to be game. I'm 90% sure. Good effort by Blitz, but unfortunately just kind of lost the vein in the mid game. And Phoenix sets themselves up to try to make it into the playoffs.
Yep. They had a chance after they got that Vigar. I think that if Nocturne had ulted the Ezreal instead of the Vel'Koz, that could have gone differently. But yeah, as soon as they lost that team fight, it was pretty much over. They were able to get the dragon, but that doesn't mean a whole lot if you're going to lose the next fight immediately after.
Okay, I'm actually going to close Discord really quick and then come back. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get an interview on here, so just take one second here.
Okay.
All right, guys, while we're waiting for Discord to figure itself out again, we can look at some of the... There we go. All right.
Looking at damage while you were gone. Ezreal pumping out damage, 21,000.
Just about to head into the damage myself. Yep. Insane amount of damage. Almost double the next best. Ace putting out some reasonable numbers considering how far back his team was. We have Prowler pointing out this will be the first playoff without Ace. But, you know, all traditions have to end at some point, I suppose. We can talk more about that next week. And, yeah, warding also very well done by the Vigar. And, yeah, just great play there once again. LNZ topic of conversation. But we have Huge in the chat, so we'll head over there for an interview with him. Hey, Huge, congratulations on securing your road to the playoffs.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you guys put up two very dominating performances. In game 2, you had a situation where there were a lot of comfort picks being thrown your way. You guys had Sig on the Nocturne in particular. When you have yourself going into a situation like that against a champion who theoretically is omnipresent, how do you as a support try to approach that?
Well, me and Modric like to try to play a little bit safer with bot lane. I guess the best approach is just try to peel for him. I mean, he is a solid Ezreal player. He knows when to hold his E. I don't think the bot lane was tried to punish us too much when we did try to push, so I think that helped a lot. We just tried to really prevent any potential all-ins, and I think that was a really big factor to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys, obviously, Alonzi is a big part of this team's rhythm, and we noticed that you guys seem to be really setting up around things like objective timings. What is the communication like on your team when you're getting into those sorts of timings? You know, around.
It actually gets pretty hectic. I think after like our first couple of games, the split, we kind of lost off of just not prioritizing dragons and objectives. So like, I think we've really put the effort to try to really try to get dragons, and I think it helps Rob. He has been getting really good with like Warwick and a lot of these champions that allow for early pressure in for those dragons. So yeah, it's something that we just like to prioritize, and it's hectic when they come up because everybody knows what they have to kind of do.
And with that Vigar pick, was that something you guys were always going to send down into that bot lane, or was that something you were picking mostly as flex? Because lots of people were freaking out about Great Beard of Odin suddenly playing mages.
Um, yeah, that was kind of the idea, maybe to throw a little bit of a curveball that way. But we played a little bit of Vigar today, and we just really liked it, and we knew that Ace played it, so like. There's a couple of people on our team that could play Vigar, and we know we could flex it in a couple of different positions. So we thought it would just be, it's just a solid pick to take away from him. It's really strong and can be really influential in games. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Infinite, you got anything?
Just throwing out some kudos to you guys. I was curious to see your all's performance after receiving your top laner back. I know that there had been some. There's always some awkwardness when you have someone gone, so it's good to see that with him coming back, you guys still pulled it together, did very well. Communications seemed to be on point, and as Ken has pointed out, your all's ability to play around objectives and usually get a kill right before an objective even pops up it's very good. It's very fun to watch, and it's very impressive. So good job all around to your entire team.
All right, thank you.
All right, and you guys, like I said, managed to get one step closer to the playoffs. I have the graphic up here. You guys are currently in third place because Option 12 and Northern Storm are tied. Looking at the schedule I have here, your next game will be against Option 12, actually. So what are your thoughts heading into that game?
I personally am a little bit intimidated. Thought they played really good this last week compared to some of the previous weeks. We still have a couple of tricks up our sleeves, so I'm kind of excited to play against them. I think we'll do well. I think we can make playoffs, and I think that's the goal right now. So.
Yeah, well, obviously White Wolf will need to do well at the moment to get up on you, but yeah, excited to see if you're able to hold on to that fourth place spot, maybe even get yourself into a second, depending how Northern Storm and White Wolf go. So any shout outs you want to do before we wrap up this evening?
Shout out to my boy in bot lane, Modric. We've been playing like animals, I feel, this split. So, we haven't been, the reason why we've won a lot of games, but, I feel like we've been really influential. So, shout out to him.
All right. Well, then we will see how you guys do next week, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right. And we have the scores up right now. A lot of 2-0s today compared to all the 1-1s last week.
Yeah.
Did have Option 12's 2 games were a little bit closer, I think. Otherwise, a couple of sweeps. But, we're showing the power level of the teams that are going to be in the playoffs, and I think that's important.
Yeah, definitely. It did seem very one-sided for the last 4 games that we had. Option 12 and Northern Storm being a little more evenly matched. But very good performance from Phoenix. If they can keep the momentum from these last games into next week, they have a real good shot of making it into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be very interested to see. Option 12, I think, is going to put 2 and 2 together and ban the Warwick. And so seeing what they have to sacrifice to do that, and not only what they have to sacrifice to do that, but how Phoenix can pick up from it, will be 2 very important things to look for.
I'm gonna go on record and say that I think you're actually wrong. I don't think Option 12 will ban the Warwick. I think that they'll run into the same problem, at least not in game 1. I think they'll run into the same thing where Prowler, and maybe he can do it, but I think he'll just feel that he knows how to play against Warwick well enough that they might not waste the ban.
Well, maybe not. I mean, obviously, objective control is a big part of it. So if they pick up the objective tempo faster than Phoenix does. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. we've got the scores up on the screen here. We had the standings up earlier. And next week is the last week of the split before the playoffs and then the finals. Hope to see all you guys back here next week. Stay safe, stay warm, keep practicing, and take care.
Yep. Have a good night, everyone.